And we're back.
The holidays have come and gone, the calendar page has turned, and while the goose was getting fat,
so were we. It's time to get our act together and fast. Luckily, we live in a place that's got plenty of options for getting your mind and body right.
So to start our year, we will run, push ourselves, get our nutrition right, and find new ways to relax and restore right here in the South Sound.
It's a brand new year, Tacoma, but one thing will never change. This is our city. This is Our City is filmed in front of a live studio audience.
We decided to ease into things with a jog from the stadium over to 6th Ave's Expand Yoga. A little cardio before our first ever Bikram yoga class taught by studio owner Liz Hauk.
There's no beginner's class, so we were tossed in with some flexible veterans. To say we succeeded out of the gates, that would be a bit of a stretch.
Bring your hips towards your heels and your forehead towards the floor. Really, when people come to practice here, we invite them to do what they need to do. Right? So if you need to stand still or sit down or lay down or take child's pose, whatever it is that gets you through, the space is there for that.
Or what is the intent or thought behind this is an open class, it's Bikram yoga, it's hot, and everybody's welcome?
Even the basic practices are really challenging for almost everybody. And I don't think it's really necessary to have more advanced classes and more basic classes. It's just allowing people to do what they can do within the practice that's offered. And then that allows people to look around and see people who are, doing stuff that they're like, oh, maybe one day I could do that. Or seeing someone taking a break and being like, oh, maybe I could take a break. That's a good idea. That looks really good right now. Maybe I should actually do that.
You guys all look like synchronized swimmers, really. You're all fluid, you kind of know what's coming next. Is there a community value to being here at this studio?
I think people come here for their own reasons, so it's not like the goals are the same, but we're all having a shared experience. Like, I'm not the only one sweating in the room, so that's really nice to know.
And there's also a really wonderful energy. You feed off other people's energy when you're in the room, and you hear their breath, and so you're able to actually, get in sync. So when you kind of see as synchronized, there's something to it. Yeah.
Do you find that because you do this, is this kind of your exercise regimen?
For me, like when I started doing yoga, that was the first thing that I started doing to become active. Then I was like, oh, if I can make it through this, maybe I can lift some weights. And so that actually started me becoming interested in hiking and doing other things.
Now those words would inspire a journey that would take us all over town, looking to get our bodies and minds right.
But first, it was time to figure out the best new diet for our crew.
We settled on a juice cleanse, and after a failed attempt at making our own, we discovered Gather, Tacoma's premier place for all things healthy eating since August of last year.
There we met co-owners Sean and Gretchen Doyle, and they invited us behind the counter to take a closer look at this 6th Ave squeezery.
Sir, we would like to try a juice cleanse.
Excellent. What have you heard about juice cleanses?
Well, we Googled juice cleanse and we tried to make a little ourselves. Not good at all, but we've heard that they are a great way to reset in the new year. And so if that's our intention, that's why we're here today.
A lot of times people are scared of a juice cleanse, right? 3 days, no food. Most people find still able to work out, still plenty of energy, right? Still able to do work when at work.
What got you and Gretchen on the path to just that healthy lifestyle?
I want to say 10 years ago, I was at a friend's birthday party and somebody posted a photo on Facebook of me and a buddy, and I went, I don't feel great about that, basically.
That right? Can't be me.
Yeah, exactly. Read a bunch of information on the internet and came to the conclusion that I probably need to be lifting weights 12 times a week, right? And eating only boiled chicken and broccoli. Where Gretchen was her diet, I think, primarily was apples, popcorn, and coconut popsicles from Trader Joe's.
That sounds like a great recipe for a cold pressed juice right there.
Yeah, exactly. Especially the popcorn. We like to eat together. She couldn't handle the things that I was eating. I couldn't handle the things that she was eating. And we started trying to meet in the middle.
you are welcoming people to come and seeking to make this a community space.
That's right.
And that's really important to you.
It is. People go to the bar and watch football together. And there's not a ton of places that people can go and build community around health and wellness. And we wanted to create a space that was intentionally healthy, where we could offer that to the community, right?
With our supply in tow, we were off to meet new friends at Northwest Float Center. We sat with manager Bailey Dowdy to get the bearings on our first ever float in a sensory deprivation tank.
What should we expect today?
Well, I think the best part about floating is everybody's reaction is super personal. I always tell people to not really go into it with any expectation, kind of see where it goes, see how it does benefit you. But some immediate things that you're going to experience is you're automatically going to relieve your body of all of the weight, stress, and tension of it just by getting in there, laying in the water, floating. That's going to be your immediate reaction.
So there are both then physical and definitely mental benefits to being in there.
Absolutely. I'd say most of the physical benefits come from just laying in the water and being suspended on top of the water like that. A lot of the mental clarity comes from being in a sensory deprivation environment. So taking away all of those lights and sounds and stuff that you're processing constantly, that's a great mental clarifier.
60 years, about 60 years science. Tell us a little bit about how it works.
So the tanks that we have hold 240 gallons of water to 1,000 pounds of Epsom salt. And that ratio of 4:1 really makes the water so dense that you're just floating right on the surface of the water. And we also match the temperature in the water to your outer body temperature, right around 94, 95 degrees. And so that kind of gives you that weightlessness feeling where you kind of forget that you're even in the water.
Let's do it. Let's float.
Let's get AJ's little room set up for him.
A little one.
It's like your spaceship to relaxation.
There you go.
Bailey showed us to our tanks where we would spend the next 75 minutes.
All right, goodbye for now. See you in a little bit. Time begins to bend in a tank filled with body temperature water and 1,000 pounds of salt. The relationship of where your body and the water meet begins to blur, and you just are.
It's 75 minutes of forced meditation that causes your heartbeat and thoughts to slow to a pace that counters everything modern life is about, making for an experience that leaves you relaxed and rejuvenated.
They even give you a robe when you get out.
I feel amazing. You look amazing. Do you feel amazing?
I feel terrific. I've never experienced anything quite like that. Thank you so much.
Amazing, of course.
Bailey, thank you.
Yes.
That was an experience we won't soon forget, I don't think.
I think it probably took me a few minutes to get acquainted and feel super comfortable. But once I did, it was awesome. I feel like there was a moment where I was like, oh, this is what it's supposed to feel like, and it was really nice. What I thought about while I was in there, though, was you can't check your emails. You can't see how many texts you have. You really don't have the option not to feel super relaxed.
Definitely forced relaxation, taking a step back from all those normal check-ins that you do, checking your Facebook and everything. Just super easy to unplug when you're in a salty tank of water.
Did you feel like your thoughts slowed down and you kind of lost a perception of what time it was? Like, did you ever think, well, I've certainly been in here for at least 75 minutes, and it was like about halfway through for me?
Yeah, I think toward the end, I was really questioning if I had only been in there for 75 minutes, which I don't think is a bad thing.
How was your claustrophobia while you were in there?
Not bad at all. Once I closed the door, I was like, oh, this is fine.
Incredible experience. Like I said, I will never forget it. So thankful for you giving us the tour today and your hospitality and your time. Is there anything else that you feel like you want to say, or?
No, I just want to go back and sit in a quiet room again.
Right? Yeah, it is a shame that we have to kind of enter the real world at a certain point.
But a little bit re-energized.
And take your post-float glow with you into the world.
I love it. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you, guys.
Absolutely.
So there you have it, Tacoma. The first part of our resolution run to improve our bodies inside and out is complete. Next step, some ferocious workouts around town. Until then,
This is our city.
This is our city.
This is our city.